everybody, welcome back to Daytime. We are pleased to welcome Anchal Sharma. If you haven't heard of Anchal Sharma,
you do now.
You do now, because she is actually the winner of Miss India Canada. She's a York Region resident. We're so happy to have Anchal here to talk about her experience and what this really means to you. Welcome, Anchal.
Thank you.
So take us back to August 21st. This was something that happened at the end of the summer.
Yep.
How did you get to this top group of 16 women who were able to compete in Canada for Miss India Canada?
Well, what happens is they have a preliminary round. So early July, they ask you to come in. You have to do a little bit of a runway walk, and then you have to sit down and ask or answer a couple of questions from the judges. So,
what questions were you given? Any tough ones?
It's pretty simple.
World
They're
peace.
like, what would you do with the crown? No,
Yeah.
no, they asked like, what's your background? What have you done in school? Why do you want to be in the pageant? What are you going to do as your talent? Just very generic questions, and I was expecting something a little more harder, like world peace or something. But yeah, it was just generic, and I'm like, oh, I think I did well. And then they called me the next day and said you made it to the top 16. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
Well, let me ask you something, because the question was asked. What did you do for your talent?
I did North Indian style dancing. It's called Kathak. And it's basically equivalent to tap dancing, but it's barefoot with bells. And,
oh, is this it?
Well, there I am.
There you are.
So there I am. And I did it to a song by U2, Beautiful Day.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
How is more the dancing? Where'd you go?
Yeah, that dancing this is amazing. So, this was actually featured on First Local News as well. They did a news story. So have you always been involved in the Indian culture, even though you grew up here in Canada?
Yeah, definitely. Like people would say that I'm more Indian than I am Canadian. I've grown up learning Indian classical music, singing for more than like 10, 15 years. I've learned Bharatanatyam, which is South Indian style dancing. I'm now learning Kathak, which is North Indian style dancing. I go to my community temples. I'm involved in different religious events. So yeah, I'm pretty much Indian.
Which we want for Miss India Canada.
Well, you're a true ambassador of the culture. So let me ask you something, Anchal.
Okay.
If I were to give you $1 million, what would you feel the best way to allocate the money would be? You are being judged.
Oh my God.
Put her on the spot, Jeff. You mean co-host?
I definitely give it to charity, because my parents have always brought me up that, you know, give back to the community, and that's what I want to do, and that's definitely what I would like to do. Give back to the community and give to charities.
Okay, that's nice. We'll take it.
Was that okay? Was that okay?
She didn't even break a sweat. And so now that you are crowned Miss India Canada, moving forward, how long does this title last for, and what are you going to do with it?
Well, it's a year title, so I give the crown to the next winner next August. And what I'm doing is I'm working with an organization called Aim for Seva. Seva in my language means service to the community, as I was talking about the $1 million.
Yeah.
So I'm a certified teacher. So I have a love for education, and what Aim for Seva is that they work with educational institutes in India, and they give back to the schools there, especially the rural areas where the kids don't have enough money in those areas. So I'm trying to fundraise to get supplies and backpacks and little things for the kids to enjoy, and I really look forward to, because I'm going to India in hopefully January. So that's what I plan on doing. Yeah.
It's quite touching to see how connected you are with your culture.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, when you entered this pageant, clearly you wanted to win. Were you shocked by the win, and you know, what was that sort of like when you got the crown on for the first time?
Well, okay, let me just take you back to the pageant.
Take me back.
So way back. So we go there actually on Thursday. So we sleep over for about 3 nights. We meet all the girls, and you know, before the pageant, you're like, oh my God, it's gonna be a whole big cat fight, right?
Yeah,
It's a pageant. You think of Miss Congeniality, right? Yeah. So I'm just like, it's gonna be a huge cat fight. But it was the total opposite. There was 15 other beautiful, talented, and really well-rounded girls. And at first I'm like, oh, I'd love to win the crown, but after that you become friends with all the girls, and you're just like, you know what, if they win, I'll be so happy for them. So when it came to top 3, I'm just like, oh, I hope I win, but if they win, I'll be so excited for them. And then when they said contestant number 14, and that's my number, I just kind of dropped down on the ground. I was like, oh, I don't know where my makeup went, where my hair went. I was just Yeah,
It was
I was having a
over.
moment.
Good
Yeah.
script,
Well, before you entered this, did you hear of Miss India Canada? Did you know about this?
Yeah, actually, it's a long story. I won't take too long, but
No, you got about what, 2 minutes?
yeah.
Go
Oh
ahead.
God. When I was really small, I used to sleep over at my uncle's house every summer, and they used to get tickets to the show. So I think in 1996, I went to the show, and they took me the first time, and that year a Richmond Hill girl won, and that I'm from Richmond Hill. So after that, I was like, I definitely want to do this. So I'm the second Richmond Hill girl to win after that. So yeah.
That's so special.
Yeah, so from that day on, used to look up on the website to see who won, who was the contestant. So
Year after year, just
Yeah.
waiting for you
Yeah,
to
and
be
then-
able to compete.
Dream
so I
come
finished
true.
school and I decided to do it. So
That's great. And you
Yeah.
really want to make a difference, right? I mean, that's why you, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
decided to do this. But is there anything you want people to know about the Indian culture that maybe they don't know?
I think the Indian culture is very unique. From the clothes, from the food, from our values and morals, we're very traditional, and that's what is part of who I am. It's a unique culture, and it's very conservative, and that's what I love about it. So.
Is it amazing to live in Canada and also be able to embrace and you know, I don't know, foster your culture as well? You don't have to give up that part of yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm going to relate it back to the pageant. On the pageant day, they asked me, what makes you uniquely Indian, what makes you uniquely Canadian? And what I did was that I was able to embrace the Canadian culture by doing an English song, but also practicing my roots and doing kathak to it. So it's great that we can combine both of them and just...
It's a hybrid of
Live
communities.
Yeah,
freely. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, because I mean, you did spend so often going on the website, taking a look at the next winner. For the next Miss India Canada living in Richmond Hill,
Yeah.
what would you say to her?
Just live your dreams. When I went into it, you know, I thought, oh my God, I want the crown, but don't think about it. Just have fun. The biggest thing is just the experience, and just have fun. And this is honestly a bonus. It is. And the experience I had in Miss India Canada was the biggest thing for me. So just do it. It's a great experience, and have fun.
Why not?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so nice. And so if people want to keep in touch with you and see what you're going to be doing for the next year, you will be planning all kinds of fundraising events
Yeah.
and different things that are happening in the community. How can people reach you?
Well, I have a website now. I just got it. I'm not very technologically advanced, but I finally got a website. It's www.anchalsharma.com, and I have basically it's like a blog, so everybody can see the events I'm at or what I will be hosting. So
That's nice.
Quite cool.
And if they would like to help out with your recent project for your trip to India, what sort of things are you looking for in terms of donations to the students?
it's still in the works
Okay.
of it, but I'm planning on having an event to host, and whatever they can donate would
Yeah.
be great, because it's a thought that counts. So,
Yeah.
so
Very
I'm
good.
in the works of it. Eventually, it'll be on my website, and I'll have it all organized.
There you go. I know, it's so
There we
fresh
go.
still.
Yeah, it's still really fresh.
So thank you so much,
brand
Anchal.
new, yeah.
Thank you.
Go to the website, please, for more information, anchalsharma.com, and you can stay in touch with what she's up to. Up next, lots more on the show. Don't go anywhere.